Hey dreamers, now every single weekend I'm going to be bringing you guys the top stocks that you probably need to be focusing on that will give you a good opportunity for the upcoming week inside the stock market. So this week I got 4 options for you. I'm not going to waste any of your time, so let's dive into it. The first one is going to be ticker symbol PLTR. Palantir right now is at $84.91. Now before I talk about and do the technical analysis over it, let's talk about Palantir as a whole. Now I'm going to bring you guys 3 points on why Palantir might be a good buy for this upcoming week or the following weeks. Point number 1 would be the accelerated financial growth. Now, Palantir's revenue growth has re-accelerated with Q4 2024 sales up around 36% year over year to $828 million. And the company forecasting 36% growth in Q1 2025. It's a sign that the AI-driven software business is gaining momentum. Point number 2 would be it is expanding their partnership and use cases. The company is expanding its footprint throughout major AI-focused partnerships, exemplified by a multi-year deal with Shure Group to deploy Palantir's generative AI platform for contact management in a collaboration with Societe Generale on advanced anti-financial crime solutions. This move can showcase that Palantir is broadening its industry reach. And then to point number 3 would be that it has a bullish analyst outlook. Wall Street is optimistic about Palantir's long-term prospect in the AI boom, but Webull Securities recently changed their ratings to around a $120 price target, citing that the company has a leading role in AI revolution. And then the Loop Capital Group also changed their buy to a bullish outlook to $141 price target. So if we come over here to TradingView, this is PLTR on the 1 hour chart. That means every bar over here represents 1 hour of the trading day. We did draw out this long-term uptrend. It broke it and then it pulled back, and then we had a downtrend line and broke it and it went up. Now guys, we have a strong support line right here where it had a hard time breaking above, and now it's having a hard time breaking below the $80 price point and the $79 price point. So if we zoom in right here and just draw some simple tools, you guys can see at point 1 right there, point 2 right there, and then point 3 right here. You guys can see that it's having a very hard time. It comes to the $80 price point. It bounces, and it bounces, but it is continuing to head down in the downtrend, but it has a very strong support at $80. So that $80 support might be a decent buy for Palantir. If it do break the $80 price point, then it could continue to pull all the way back down to $60. But $80 is a decent price point to dollar cost average in on Palantir. Now, guys, what I do see inside the market is that if we do come to this most recent drop right here and draw some points all the way down, and then if we're looking at the RSI down here and come to the same point and draw the RSI going up, you guys can see that it's in a divergence. I love playing divergence. So if Palantir do break this line right here, showing that it has a divergence, this is a good setup. I'm not saying it's a 100% setup, but it's a pretty doggone good setup for me. I love divergence. So once Palantir breaks this downtrend line and this continue to show that it's in a divergence, that the RSI is heading up and the price is heading down, then it might be a good buying opportunity for me. Now, the next one that we're going to be talking about is Tesla, TSLA. Guys, just like that technical analysis, if you want many of those, you could join the Lucid Dreamer Roll. I post technical analysis in there every single week. I also post every single time I buy and share stocks. Now, inside the Lucid Dream Roll, you also get access to, right now we have 4 professional day traders in there that post their option trades every single day. So if you want to be a part of an amazing community, you could click this button right here. You could get it for less than $10 a month. Guys, if you do want to join the Dream Team, I have Zoom calls every single Sunday. I open it up to 4 more new spots. No telling how long that's gonna last. If you do want to join the Dream Team, be a part of the Zoom calls, I teach the wheel strategy. Is by far the easiest way to start to become a profitable trader. Other than buying options, we're selling options, creating passive income every single week or every single month from selling options. If you want to learn that, I have everything in there that you need to know by joining the Dream Team. If you guys do want to pick up some free stocks, you could just sign up for Moomoo. Right now they're offering up to 30 free stocks with an 8.1 cash sweep interest on the uninvested cash that's inside your portfolio. So if you deposit money, you'll be earning 8.1 interest on the money that's just sitting inside your account, and you can get up to 30 free stocks. Nothing beat free, guys. Make sure you take full advantage of those opportunities. Now, the first thing I'm going to bring you guys about Tesla is that it has a point number one, a strong vehicle demand and new models. Now they're coming out with some new models, vehicle lineups, with the refresh of the Model Y drawing in around 50,000 orders on launch day. Deliveries are expected to deliver sometime in March. And then they have a new 25,000 model that's rumored, the Model Q, expected sometime in 2025. And that $25,000 price point could reach a whole new market, boosting the long-term volume and growth of the company and shares, as long as your boy just shut his mouth and just take a step back and let Tesla companies, let them run the company, and, you know, just kind of keep quiet, because dude. All right, now point number two is that they have a surging energy business. The company's energy division has become a major growth driver. Tesla energy storage revenue surges 113% year over year in Q4 2024, and it constructed a third mega factory in Texas, projected to add around $8 to $10 billion in annual revenue. This will help to achieve over a 50% growth in its energy segments in 2025. And then we have the third point, the long-term tech initiatives. Tesla is doubling down on future tech that could fuel future growth. Elon Musk aims to roll out a fully autonomous robot taxi service by mid-2025. And then he also plans to ramp up the production of the autonomous humanoid robot to around 1,000 units per month, opening a potential massive new market beyond electric vehicles. Now we come back over to Tesla. This is the 1 hour chart on Tesla. You guys can see that it is in a downtrend, pulling back to pre-election prices. The pre-election price that I had set out for Tesla was around, what was it, around 220. It was around 220. I was doing $275 cover calls on Tesla at the time, and I'm now starting to wanting to get those shares back. This was the pre-election market rally run up, and then it's just pulling back because nothing fundamentally changed about Tesla at all from this point to this point. Nothing fundamentally changed about Tesla at all. This was just the pre-election, post-election market run up. And then Tesla is now correcting itself, putting back to what the company should be valued at. So why is it crashing? It's not crashing because it's doing horrible things with its company. It's just pulling back to a fair value, I believe. And one of the fair values I believe that's pulling back to would be around the $250 price point. And one that I would actually get in on is the $241 price point. But if you guys are waiting to swing trade this, if you was to put an arrow on the end of this 200 EMA line, which shows a strong indication of where the market is heading, if you was to put an arrow on that, it's pointing down, right? So Tesla is probably going to continue to pull back until it starts to trade above the 200 EMA. So we have some time to be patient. Right now, at the $262 price point at the recording of this video, you guys can start the dollar cost average in on Tesla. It is pulling back. Another buy zone that I have for Tesla would be this buy zone down here, to where Tesla was around $240-ish. So that's not a bad place to get in on Tesla. If you look at the 4-hour time frame, even on the 4-hour time frame, it is oversold on the RSI. Usually when it's oversold on the RSI, it's showing you that you are getting it at a decent price. It's not overvalued, but it's undervalued, and you could be picking up Tesla. I'm not saying that it hit the bottom, but usually when it's oversold on the RSI, you could be picking up shares of Tesla at a pretty decent price. And if we were to look at the Bollinger Bands, you guys can see that it's at the bottom of the Bollinger Band on the 4-hour chart. Usually when it's at the bottom of the Bollinger Band and it touches right here, it usually pulls back to the middle of the Bollinger Band, this blue line right here, indicating that it's oversold. On the RSI down here, it's touching the bottom of the Bollinger Band and it pulls back to the blue. Once again, down here, it's oversold on the RSI of the Bollinger Band, and it could, I'm not saying it's going to trade and start to head up ever since, but it usually has a little bit of recovery, touches the blue line before it decides on what it's going to do next. Now, the last one I'm going to bring you guys is going to be NVIDIA. Now, everyone loves NVIDIA, right? Ticker symbol NVIDIA. Point number one is that it had a blowout earnings growth, right? Killed that earnings call. Now, NVIDIA growth continues at a crazy pace, right? It posted a record Q4 2025 revenue of $39.9 billion, up 78% year over year, driven by a 93% jump in its data center sales. We could talk about NVIDIA all day. We all know that they are the leading company when it comes to AI. In a full year revenue more than doubled to around $130.5 billion, showing that they have an extraordinary demand for its AI chips. Now, I think that Blackwell technology is already sold out for the rest of the year. If you don't know, the AI Blackwell super chips, NVIDIA achieved around $1 billion in its first quarter of sales of the Blackwell base system. So that's their AI chips that's focused on AI. I know NVIDIA has a lot of money involved inside of gaming, but right now, if you want to have your money invested inside of a company that's focused on AI, that's going to be NVIDIA. So if we pull up the charts on NVIDIA, let's go back to the 1 hour chart right quick. Since we're looking at for the upcoming week, we'll go to NVIDIA. Here we go on NVIDIA. Now I did draw out a couple of support and resistance zones. Once again, if we're looking at the Bollinger Bands on NVIDIA, it's at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. It's almost oversold. It's pulling back towards the blue line, and it has a decision to make soon, because I did have the support line at around $113. Now let's take off the Bollinger Bands to get a little cleaner look and zoom out a little bit. You guys can see that NVIDIA is also in a downtrend. It had a 1 touch point right here, 2 touch points right here, and 4 touch points. Now this does meet my criteria of trading a breakout. So as soon as NVIDIA breaks this trend line, I have a 1 touch point, 2 touch points, and guys, I love trading 3 touch point trend lines. This one actually has 4 touch points. So as soon as NVIDIA breaks this downtrend line right here, I'm going to be super bullish on NVIDIA. And right now that NVIDIA, if it pulls back to any of these buy zones, that's why I would double up. So right here, if I bought $100 worth of NVIDIA down in this zone at 114, if it pulls back to this next zone right here, I'll buy $200 worth of NVIDIA. And if it pulls back to this zone down here, I'll buy $400 worth of NVIDIA. So I'll be doubling down for every level that it goes down. Here goes the levels that I have supported on NVIDIA. And then the last one I'm going to be showing you guys is Bitcoin, BTC, USD. Now, Bitcoin is now not a Ponzi scheme anymore. Now, Bitcoin is part of the US holdings. It's not going to, the government is investing into it and it's going to stockpile coin itself. Now, this was the charts I drew out for Bitcoin. This was the long-term downtrend line on the 1 hour chart. And then I did draw a 3 touch point going up. It broke this 3 touch point trend line going up, and it's continuing to pull back. Now, I wouldn't hop in on Bitcoin driving down just yet. I like to play the break and retrace. Right now it broke. If I missed out on the trade going down, then I missed out, but I like to play the break and retrace. I wanted to retrace back up to this trend line right here or somewhere in the zone, and then play it on the way back down to the bottom of the lows to get a quick swing trade on Bitcoin. But long term, I wouldn't invest long term on Bitcoin. I wouldn't start to buy long calls on Bitcoin until it breaks this uptrend, this downtrend line right here, and continue to trade up, because it do have a 3 touch point system, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it has a 4 touch point system trend line right here that I'm waiting for Bitcoin to break up. Is the bull run over with? I do not believe that the bull run is over with yet. It could pull all the way back to the $78 price point again, probably down to the $81,000 price point again. Who knows? We'll keep a very close eye on that. But yeah, dreamers, that's it. That is the once in a lifetime opportunities that you guys could look at this week. I'll be dropping these videos every single weekend. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. If you guys do want to join the Patreon, I'm gonna leave a link to Patreon down in the pinned comment section. I'm gonna leave a link to Patreon down in the description. Join the dream team, get access to everything that I talked about in this video. If you do want to pick up some free stocks, I'm gonna leave a link to Moomoo down in the description. Click that, get some free stocks. Do not miss out on that amazing opportunity. But other than that, guys, I'm Zeke, bringing you the Dream Green Show, and I'm out. Peace.